Travis Wayne Goodsell. Our enemy are again flooding YouTube with bogus accounts, by which they'll be spreading mis and disinformation if we allow them to be our friends. I've had to report as spam a whole ton lately. Either that or YouTube is allowing them to continue and saying, I don't see what's wrong with this, they want to be friends. You're supposed to be protecting us, YouTube. I got a whole ton of views thanks to Chris Matthews making the news yesterday. It's good to piggyback off of a major news story, because I obviously don't have like millions and thousands even of views, but 167 for just the 12-hour period of time. And of course there's two people that don't know that I block my likes and dislikes from you so that you can't see them. But yeah, it gives people a chance to say, hey, who is this guy? This is interesting. I wonder what else he has. That's the hope. Is that then people will say, oh, he's an LDS critic. I've heard about that Mormon church. They're a cult, right? And then they can be caught up to date on the correct information of how evil the church is. It's interesting. I've got 175 of the one I did on the first, with 4 likes. Nobody's disliked it yet. Mormons enjoy final Sunday as LDS Mormon Church closes forever. It's interesting how one title is more successful than others when talking about similar subjects or even different information. Because oftentimes the first story I get out, such as with the 100 billion scandal in tithing, the first one that came out, I was like, oh man, wow, this is huge, and that got a lot of news. But as I tried to do other videos of updates, people had already gotten the information and were no longer pursuing any more information about the subject matter. So the first video is the crucial one, even though further videos of mine are essential for understanding things. And then Mormons rage and Mormons blame. They're almost at 100 now that we're a week away now. And there's another big one that's now off of my 30 screen, which is, I thought I had one. Is it the 85? No, that's the Mormons rage and Mormons blame. Huh. Oh, there it is. As a Mormon I Testify is now over 100 with 4 likes. And Russell M. Nelson Fulfills LDS Mormon Armageddon, 108 with 6 likes. So yeah, people love that one. Oh, 108 for The Pigs Fly, Frozen Over Hell, 7 likes. 117 for the criminal investments of the LDS Mormon Church. That took time to get people's attention on that one. 98 here. My goodness, this was a big week, a big day, 2 days, 20th and 19th. Because then the Business Insider Exposes is at 98, so that's interesting. So the main story of it got surpassed by the criminal investments follow-up. Okay, so that's an exception to the rule. And then Mormon prophets preparing to flee justice, and that's what I'm expecting to have happen here with my lawsuit. 106 with 8 likes. And then here's 158 about the handbook. Shocking news, as 3 people dislike it. Again, Mormons, there's nothing you can do. You can't just put a thumbs down and say, I've now protected and defended the church's crimes and corruption. You can't do it that way. It just doesn't work. It's amazing, the stupidity of hatred. You know, hatred of people just brings out the ignorance. But yeah, the lawyers for the church, Curtin and McConkie, got served yesterday. I filed on Thursday afternoon, made it before the 3 p.m. pickup time, and the church would have received it, or the lawyers would have received it yesterday. They are required to fill out the paper, the waiver, and mail it back to me. I provided a self-addressed stamped envelope as required by law that I had to submit with the waiver, so that they could see that this was an official serving, because the judges in the case, Judge First, has refused to order the motion for service of process, which she's required by law to do in my particular case with informa pauperis. So Judge First is in huge dereliction of justice and criminal action even for refusing to give the order. But again, she got fired because she allowed Gaddy versus COP to proceed in the courts, and the church, the Mormons in the federal courts said, hey, no, you stay away from our church, you're fired. And then they assigned her to my case, letting her know very clearly, you will dismiss his case. So she was going to, and then I threw in the bombshell in that hearing that she held to dismiss my case. The church is paying the person that they had disappear me. So here we are. So yes, the church had me disappeared and paid the person whom they had disappear me. It was a 2008 case, and I got freed. You know, I got the Lamanite guards drunk and was able to walk out of the prison. And so here I am, again, now armed with my discovery packet, which is the evidence against the church. And so yes, I threw in all sorts of other stuff, but that's the big one that the church cannot argue against. I mean, if they want to argue church history and say, oh, you can't prove anything, just because Brigham Young was of the Scottish Rites and is using the Star of Satan, that doesn't prove anything. Yeah, it kind of does. So, yeah, I don't know if they're going to immediately respond to filling out the paper and sending it back. It's a real simple thing to do. It could go out today so that I would receive it Thursday while the prophets are in their weekly meeting, of which they will be talking about my lawsuit this Thursday. You can guarantee it. You can take that to the bank. And yeah, I have no idea if I don't know what they're going to do. I tried guessing previously as to what was going to happen, and then Judge First just refused to reply. And so that sort of blew my theories out of the water when she interfered. But my original theory was that the church would plead no contest. But now, as I've further delays from Judge First, I've witnessed as the church is setting in motion to flee the country. That's very clear. Why are they releasing Handbook 1? Seriously? That's like the coveted, secret document, the Holy Grail of Mormonism. They sued Gerald and Sandra Tanner for having released it on their internet site, and it's just unbelievable what they're doing now. But as Nelson, when he declared, "Hey, we're working with Russia, don't watch the fake news," I'm just, oh my God. I mean, it's one thing to have confirmation of a theory that you are proposing. It's another thing for that proposed theory to be worse than you thought. But he takes away the high priest office. Takes all the high priests, puts them down with the elders. Elders can no longer become high priests. That's the end of high priesthood for Mormons. And Mormons are like, "We thank thee, O God, for a prophet to guide us in these latter days." And they've just got their exaltation taken from them. Oh my God. I got out just in time. But no, I didn't sign the paperwork saying, "I don't want to be a part of your evil church." No, I just don't go. I'm not going to be extorted by my bishop. That's what happened. Bishop threatened with extortion. Don't bother coming to church unless you pull down your video about the Book of Mormon. So here we are. You can't commit crime and get away with it. That's not God's way. God's way, if you've read the Sermon on the Mount, if you understand Jewish law, Jesus was saying, sue people. Here's how to do it. When somebody smites you on your left cheek, turn the other one so that they will draw first blood. You then get to take them to court and sue them for all they're worth. That's Jewish law. And the cloak thing as well, all of it. That's how to seek justice from corrupt people. The church did it to me. they smoked me on my right or left cheek, the other cheek that I turned, and so here's the lawsuit. So the church is over, guys. Now we just wait to find out what their next move is going to be, because it game's over. There's nothing they can do. If they want to fight it in court, I will reveal all the evidence, and the public will know. And they will not want that. That's why they do all these settlement agreements with non-disclosures, is so that the evidence doesn't come out. You know, you only do a trial if a corrupt person is trying to take advantage of you. And so you then win the case, exposing them as being frauds, and then you countersue. But we the people don't get that luxury. That's only for rich corporate America. And the church can't use religion as their shield either, because I just trashed the corporation, separating them with a mighty division. The waters were parted. So, yeah. Now we wait, and wait, and wait, and wait. So yeah, I don't think I've got anything else to discuss today. We're at 17 minutes. So, I don't have a title yet for this. There's got to be some kind of a title in here. I was talking about something earlier. I'm thinking to formulate a title off of that, but didn't formulate anything. Because I'm running out of titles, because I have to use the Mormon Church to catch people's attention. If I do, MSNBC Chris Matthews, that's a whole different other audience. And so if I do other quotes, pigs fly as hell freezes over, and just cut it off there, people are going to look at that, click on it, and go, Mormon video, I want nothing to do with that. So I have to show that I'm a LDS critic, because that's my target audience, is Mormons. And so I was kind of a little disappointed that the Titanic, LDS Mormon Titanic, Mormon Church Titanic, didn't do as well as I was hoping. But, oh well.